Hello everyone and welcome to this next video, new video about the 007 store. Um, I want to first talk about the components that we are um, exposing in this application, and particularly the API with two operations that are sending information to the clients, in this case React dashboard. So these are the main components. As I said, we have the dashboard here, and this dashboard is pulling information from a database, which is the one that we have here, MySQL database, that it's using SQLize to map the entities in the database. So what we are doing is pulling that information through this API here, in which we have the routes, and then we have the controllers exposing the operations, two operations, one for products and the other one for users. And then once we have the information, we send the data in JSON format to the client that it's calling the application. So these are the basic components for the API. So I'm gonna go on and move to the Swagger documentation that this API has. What we have here is, as I said, two operations for the products and two other operations to pull information from users. So the first one for the product is to get the list of the inventory. Basically, this is pulling all the products that we have in the database. As you can see here, we have the description of the operation. It is a get operation, and what we will get once we call the function is we're gonna have two things. The first one is count by category. We're gonna have each category of the products, and for each one we're gonna have the amount or the quantity of products for that specific category. And then we have another array with the details for each product in the inventory, containing ID, name, description, price, category, the image path, and a detail, which is basically the URL we are calling in the web service. So this operation has no parameters, and the responses could be 200, 400, 404, or 500. The 201 is the same one we talked about here. 400 is bad request. 404 is not found. 500 is server error. So let's try this out. Once I invoke the operation, I should be seeing 200 response. This is running in my local machine. And as you can see here, we got these two arrays. The first one is the count by category, with each category and the quantity of products. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7 categories. And then we have the data array containing the details for each product. The ID, the name, the description, price, category, the image path, and the detail. Being the description the longest one, as you can see here, and we have 26 products right now in the database, which are the ones that you can see here in this screen. So that's the first operation. Let's move on to the second operation, which is to get a specific product by ID. This is also this is a get operation too. Let's try to pull a specific ID here, for example, 16. It should be this Spy Master Duo Fontaine pane. Let's try to put that here. 16. Execute. And here we have that James Bond 007 Spy Master Duo Fontaine pane with its description, image path, and respective price. Okay, so those are the two operations for the products. Let's move on and see the operations for the user. Let me just okay, so let's move to the user controller. We have again two operations. The first one will get all the users from the database. Again, we have description, no parameters, and this specific codes as responses. So let's try to execute the operation. And as you can see here, we have all 21 users that are currently available in the database with a specific data for each user, ID, name, email, and the detail. That's the first operation. Let's move on to the second operation, which is very similar to the previous one we saw for products with the capability of pulling data for a specific user using the ID. Again, this is a get operation, receiving as parameter the ID, and possible responses are the same ones we had for the other operations: 200, 400, 404, 500. So let's try this out. Let's pull on a specific user here, whatever we have in the database. Let's try, for example, this 22 John Doe and see what we get. 22. Execute. And here we have the information for the user ID 22, John Doe, johndoe@gmail.com. And this is the basic information. These are the basic operations for this API. In the next video, we're going to talk about more technical details that we have in the code, how the code was distributed for the API. So if you want to go and see those specific details, you are very welcome. Thank you.